The heart wants what the heart wants.
My Lord Griffith.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 enemies turned lovers in anime.
Why does this boy hate me when I've never met him before?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the couples that started off hating each other before eventually becoming romantically involved at a later stage in their lives. Keep in mind there'll be plenty of steamy spoilers down the line, and we won't be including any tsundere romances. We're talking pure primal hatred or warring sides here, so pairings like Tiger and Ryuji won't make the cut. Number 10, Villetta and Ohgi, Code Geass.
You're alive.
So, it's you. Zero.
Caught on opposite sides of the battlefield, this unconventional romance was something of a pleasant subplot in between all of the mecha battles. Following a brief spurt of amnesia, the loyal Britannian Villetta finds herself falling for the kind, honest 11 Ohgi. Sure, as soon as she gained her memory back, she tried killing him several times over, but their romance persisted to the point that they got there happily ever after following Lelouch's sacrifice.
You are the enemy. But I can't stop myself from loving you!
Just wonder how they're gonna explain to their kids that their mother was once a racist who shot their father in the gut. Number 9, Sasuke and Sakura, Naruto series.
Why are you saying that?
Because you're annoying.
This one's a little more complicated, given how these two go through so many stages that their transition from enemies to lovers is anything but linear. Sakura starts with a one-sided crush that pretty much defines her character for the first half of the series, only to later mature and finally start viewing Sasuke as the enemy after he threw his life in with Orochimaru. Hell, Sasuke even tries to kill her at one point. However, that doesn't seem to stop them from hooking up and bumping hips after the war ends. Aww. Number 8, Guts and Casca, Berserk.
I should at least thank you.
I didn't do it for you. I was just acting on Griffith's orders.
Oddly enough, it was Griffith's charisma that brought these two together, his fall from grace that paved the way for their relationship, and his unspeakable betrayal that shattered them. As a loyal member of the Band of the Hawk, Casca originally despised Guts for being a danger to Griffith, also not so secretly jealous of the camaraderie the two shared. However, following battle after battle, the two eventually grew to respect each other.
There was a time you would have left any of us behind without a second thought if Griffith wished it. Did you even notice when it was you started to change?
This would only deepen following Guts' departure from the Hawks, culminating into something of a physical confession of love upon his return. Their lives may be riddled with tragedy, but it's clear that these two would go to hell and back for each other. Number 7, Sakura and Syaoran, Cardcaptor Sakura.
No way! He's staring at you.
Aw, young love. As complicated as it is pure. These two started off as the strongest of rivals, with Syaoran adamant in the belief that he should be the one to collect all of the Claw cards.
I knew it! You have the Claw cards, don't you?
Of course, when you spend enough time around someone as lovable as Sakura, the lad was never going to be able to hold on to that loner attitude for long.
Is that for me?
Huh?
Soon he's head over heels for the cheery Cardcaptor, resulting in a sweet pairing that we can't wait to see develop further in the sequel series. Number 6, Koichi and Yukako, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Koichi-kun. 私、Koichi-kunのこと好きなんです。
Kinda crazy that out of all the strikingly handsome characters in this series, the beautiful Yukako would fall for Koichi. Don't get us wrong, Koichi is best boy and all, but she brushed off Jotaro and Josuke, and that's kind of amazing. Of course, not all of it is a Cinderella story, as Yukako's psychotic tendencies led her to almost kill the poor lad. In spite of her rabid obsession, Koichi never hesitated to come to her aid when she was in danger, prompting her to fall madly in love with him for the right reasons. Number 5, Otonashi and Kanade, Angel Beats.
俺もあんたの名前知らない。
私、
With her incredible supernatural powers, the figure once known as Angel could easily inspire terror into those caught in limbo. As a result, many of the students, including our amnesia-stricken hero Otonashi, find themselves trying to oppose Angel as payback for their short-lived time on the land of the living. Surprise, surprise, Angel in actuality turns out to be the adorable and heartfelt Kanade, a being who only wanted to help others pass on. From that point on, it takes very little time before Otonashi falls hard for this heavenly girl.
Kanadeのことがこんなにも好きだから。好きだ。
Number 4, Nina and Charioce, Rage of Bahamut Virgin Soul.
ねえ、私あなたに聞きたいことがいっぱいある。
For the sake of all humans, the likes of King Charioce would do anything, even if that means kicking innocent demons to the curb as second-class citizens. If only someone would come along to show him how to open up a little. Well, how about a spunky lass who transforms into a dragon when she sees hot men? Yeah, Nina is nothing more than a bubbly ball of niceties. Sure, she can barbecue you in her dragon form, but the rest of the time all she wants to do is help. Her outward attitude even manages to thaw that of the icy monarch, resulting in a rocky but sweet union. Number 3, Yolei and Ken, Digimon, Digital Monsters.
It's Ken! I don't believe it! I must be dreaming! Somebody pinch me! Ow!
Another example of how the fangirl can end up with a man, Yolei was one of the many who were suckered in by Ken's charming persona, at least until he revealed himself as the heartless Digimon Emperor. As expected, her crush got crushed. When Ken began to slowly shift towards the side of good, at first she was extremely distrustful of him given their past battles.
Maybe I am being too hard on Ken. I really do want him to come, I just can't admit it.
However, when he officially joined the Digi-Destined, that trust was replaced with a far more mature appreciation. Thanks to both of them finally growing up, it's no surprise that this new bond they shared would eventually lead to them getting married.
Now, whatever happens, don't get all panicky, okay?
But Mom, that's what you always do!
Number 2, Shiro and Aina, Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team.
Why are you helping me?
Good question, I wish I knew.
You wanna talk about conflict? None come bloodier than the war between the Earth Federation and the Principality of Zeon. As the skirmish continued, two pilots brought together by the worst circumstances find themselves having to rely on each other despite being on opposing sides.
I hate the Zeon. But ever since that day we met in space, I haven't been able to forget about you.
From that point on, we see a tragic love story unfold, with the only thing stopping these two lovers from finding happiness being the seemingly never-ending war.
Shiro! We're together. We found each other one more time.
Number 1, Bulma and Vegeta, Dragon Ball Z.
You act all tough, but I know at the end of the day you can't stand the thought of your lovely wife being sad.
You have to admit, falling in love with a guy who nearly destroyed the planet is one hell of a rebound. The Saiyan Prince may have initially been a fierce villain that thought all of life on Earth to be easily expendable, but then he found himself crossing paths with this genius inventor.
Go, I don't need help. I've got training to do.
Turns out all of that homicidal rage can easily be quelled once Vegeta found himself directing his Gallic gun in her direction. As for Bulma, well, everyone loves a bad boy, right? While Krillin and Android 18's relationship was definitely unexpected, this is the pairing that really shouldn't have worked, and yet somehow it did.
You've really turned things around, honey.
You have no idea.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.